and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of AFK in the Morning. My name is Eddie V, and I'm here with...
Owen DeYoung.
Wow, just way to match my energy like that. I'm like screaming at the top of my lungs, and you're just like, Owen DeYoung.
Yeah, no, you were screaming pretty loud.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I definitely peeked out the mic.
Should we have an earphone warning?
Probably.
Maybe?
Nah, we don't have enough time for that.
No?
It's not in the budget.
Okay. Well, today we have some things to go over. If you notice, look, I'm not wearing a hat. Got a haircut.
This is
First
insane.
time since Corona. It's honestly pretty crazy.
Yeah, how was that? How was the haircut experience? Did you have to hold the mask as he goes over here and there?
Yeah, it was fun. It was weird. I was the only person with the barber in the place.
Really?
Just the one barber, I think the other one called in or something, but it was very
personable.
It was very personable. I gave him a 20% tip. I don't know.
Wow.
It's Corona. They're very nice.
Yeah, good job.
I got my temperature checked too.
They checked your temperature before you went in?
Yeah, they asked me all the questions. Have you been out of the country? All this stuff. Have you known
Yes,
anyone?
I've been out of the country. Yes, I know someone.
Yeah.
Yes, I have symptoms.
and
they'll be like, yeah, sure, you can come in still. Wait, what?
And then they use a little laser thingy, and the guy's like, oh, it's this temperature. And I'm like, is that good? He's like, as long as it's under 57. I'm like, perfect. It was like a 55 or something.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, all right, so let's
go.
go.
You were almost not good. 2 fucking
No,
degrees.
yeah, but that's like, if you have any fever, you're not good.
I know.
Yeah. So I was good. All right. So today we're going to be talking about normal stuff we talk about. Our show match, though, kind of got messed up.
A little bit decimated.
So we're gonna talk about that. We don't really have a score for it because
yeah. Well, okay. So here's the thing. About a week or 2 weeks ago, I talked a little bit of shit against Golden Glue, saying that he wasn't really an LCS caliber player.
You did.
And in response, Golden Glue signed a 1-week contract with Evil Geniuses.
1 week. I don't know if we've ever seen that before.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't think so.
We usually don't even see one split contract.
No, it's
about 1 week.
Yeah, he signed a 1-week contract and decided to screw up the entire Evil Genius roster for our show match. But
so we don't really have the score of our show match since half the players weren't in the show match.
Yeah, and you can't really.
Our guesses wouldn't really be predicted.
Yeah, you can't really predict a game
when we don't have the right players.
Yeah, so
we're just gonna cancel that for
Golden Glue. He's kind of an asshole. Decided he was like, I'm gonna screw up AFK in the Morning show.
Yeah, he was doing it just because of us. 100%.
He's like, you know what? I'm thinking about becoming a coach, and then he's like, you know what though? Before I become a coach, I'm gonna sign a 1-week fucking deal and just screw up AFK in the Morning.
These guys over.
Yep,
that
screw
was his
up.
plan.
That was his entire plan. But then he now signed a rest of the year deal.
He did.
So
he is now on.
Congratulations to Golden Glue for proving me wrong.
Live evil. Hashtag live evil.
Hashtag banner tweet. Hashtag live evil. Thank you, Sven.
The hashtag live evil is so weird. They just all started doing it, and now every single tweet, it could be like, I had Taco Bell for breakfast. Hashtag live evil.
Hashtag banner tweet. Well, it's because Sven Skarin just kept going on every tweet that he decided was a banner tweet and just responded with hashtag banner tweet, it was banner tweet, hashtag live evil. Yeah. Every time this guy.
Hey, it's good though. Orgs getting personality and stuff that. It really helps. Just build it up. You want every team to have a really good fan base. Obviously you're gonna have your powerhouses with big fan bases, but you want your smaller teams to get some stuff into it. That's interesting.
Well, Evil Geniuses is a relatively larger organization.
They used to be one of, if not the biggest org, and they've fallen off the last few years. But
yeah, and then their new CEO came in and just started whipping everything. Started whipping everything back into shape. My God,
I think Travis is slowly running the org.
From the inside? No, I don't think Travis could do enough job. She's definitely fucking killing it over there.
But he's getting all the inside scoops from the interviews.
Can I hear that one more time? She's a genius.
Evil genius.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was pretty good. I didn't even try to do that.
I know, but at the moment you said it, I was like, oh, you got to say it.
We're obviously going to be reviewing all the matches that happened this week. We got all that stuff. Eddie's infamous, we got the worst player of the week, which might not be a player, so stick around to see that.
It's my rule. I can change it whatever the hell I want to do.
We also got we got the clusterfuck of the week. Well, Eddie likes to call it the Fiesta because he drives a Fiesta.
The Ford Fiesta of the... Come on, Ford. You need to sponsor this segment. The Ford Fiesta of the week. I know you don't make the car anymore.
Mike will be our contact in.
Yeah.
He's got to get us for Ford sponsorship. That'd be pretty cool.
Okay.
We get a studio. Anyone has an in with Ford.
We just filmed the entire podcast in the Ford Fiesta.
Ooh. I'd do that. If we got sponsored, give us a little bit of money. Literally, give me $10 a show and I'll film it in the Fiesta.
Oh my god. $10 a show.
Okay, we have a little low
ball. Oh my god.
Low ball right there. But
yeah, we're low ball in every competition.
Yeah, so we have all of our normal stuff we're going to be talking about. We also want to talk about how franchising is actually a few years in is actually starting to take effect with all the roster
starting to
moves.
bear fruit. Finally, what the promises.
They don't have no relegation. That was the big thing with it.
Yeah.
And now that stuff's starting. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to finish off the day. Well, obviously, we have our show match, which is between TL and C9, I believe.
Yes, sir.
And we have our game, which Eddie is going to be running because even though he destroyed me in the 1v1.
I made it about 5 minutes ago. I made the game.
I still don't know what it is. That's the fun part.
So, but let's get into the week review.
Let's do it.
So, the best game of the week for week review was probably the Cloud9 Evil Geniuses game, just to watch because of the, Golden Glue coming in, signing a 1 week contract, and then beating the best team in the league after getting, dropped by his team mid-split, but before the split started. Yep. I think is pretty, it's a pretty great storyline.
Yeah, I think we also have to talk about just C9, how they went 2 games back to back.
Yeah.
And we really, I forget who it was. One of the players, though, in a Travis Gafford interview was talking about how they were experimenting a little bit with their lead. And looking back at the draft, because that was the big thing. Everyone's like, what the fuck are these drafts?
What are you guys doing?
And finally, obviously, Sunday, they went back into the normal draft, and they absolutely destroyed FlyQuest.
They dumpster dumb. It was like a pretty hard game to watch if you were a FlyQuest fan.
Yeah, so
pretty rough.
Like Evil Geniuses did beat them and give them the respect of that. Same as 100 Thieves beating them, but we can see they were with 100 Thieves 0-2 week.
Yeah,
they were just experimenting because they should be. They're so far ahead. They have the chance.
They're so far ahead of the league.
When you need an opportunity at World, you have to experiment. And they were trying some stuff out, getting some other experience on champions they haven't really played, so that when it comes to Worlds, they have a bigger pool and all this stuff. Because if there is a Worlds this year...
Yeah, they're definitely going to be one of the... If they end up not being one of the top 3 teams going to Worlds, something has had to drastically change in the league.
Cloud 9-9.
Cloud 9-9. That would have been so funny.
But... FlyQuest couldn't beat him.
Even Jack tweeted out after. He's like, my day is ruined. Cloud 9-9 is impossible.
Pretty sad.
I'm like, oh my god, Jack, you should not be the one fucking tweeting 100%. This.
Hey, Jack's a memer though.
Oh yeah. But then so that was the best game of the week, probably. Just storyline, and the game was pretty entertaining. The Fiesta of the week, I mean, you had CLG and Immortals play each other. I don't understand how they could possibly not be the Fiesta of the week. And guess what? They are. So there you go. Fiesta of the week.
Yeah, just go watch it. I really don't know if we have anything else to say.
It's just another high kill game with a lot of leads thrown and a lot of just ridiculous, mind-numbingly dumb plays. But it's North America at its best.
Yeah, 100%. Like, let's be real here. We all love a strategic game. But I think we all love a game.
Once in a while, you need a fiesta.
Yeah, that's why the Fiesta of the week.
There you go. Wow.
Maybe I'll edit in like the text over.
If
it didn't happen, I was just
driving
lazy.
through, like the Ford Fiesta.
You can't do that without being sponsored, though.
Right, but they don't build the car anymore.
This is true. So they can't really. They wouldn't sponsor.
Canceled Ford Fiesta driving through.
Yeah. Well, there you go. No more segments. So how you didn't see the graphic? It's because of Ford. Blame them.
Blame them.
Or
it
would have been a beautiful graphic.
Yeah. Blame them for destroying literally the greatest car ever created in 100%. Existence.
Yeah.
Like, what other car do you have to pull the string of, like a lawnmower, to start? Only the Ford Fiesta.
You don't have to do that.
Yes,
with
you
do.
I drive it, Owen, not you.
I've been
and
in the car
every day I get up in the morning. I primer, and then I,
Where's the primer?
The primer's the
horn?
The horn is the primer.
Honk it a few times, get to work?
Yeah, every morning you just hear,
when you go into work at 4 a.m, just gotta start her up.
Start her up, wake everybody up.
Pretty solid. All right, so you do have your worst player.
Yes.
Who have you determined?
The worst player.
Am I gonna cry?
Yeah, you are gonna cry. But to be honest with you, there wasn't really a single player that was performing significantly worse this week than...
If we had to find one, we probably could.
Yeah,
but probably wouldn't be fair.
I honestly thought that, no one really deserved it more than the entire 100 Thieves squad for their mid game. Not early game 100 Thieves.
They were really good in early game, both games.
Their mid game is the worst player of the week.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. They had leads on TSM and Team Liquid. Both games this week, at like 10 minutes, they had leads. And then getting kills, getting towers, getting objectives, and somehow...
And then they just walk around like they have their chickens with their heads cut off, just trying to be endlessly aggressive without any rhyme or reason to actual proper plays.
Last week's Player of the Week literally inted against Team Liquid.
Yeah, Contrast was definitely had a rough week.
He was the Player of the Week last week, and he deserved it last week.
Oh yeah,
but just in 1 week he
falls off just like that. Like
he did admit it though on Twitter. He did say like, "Sorry guys, it's my fault." It's not like he was trying to hide it, like blame
sorry,
other
boys.
people.
I should have not ran around like an idiot, just hitting things and being. And I mean, the reason why their early game was so strong was also because of Contrast.
Yes, this is true.
Which is why he's not the worst player of the week. He still played like okay games. His just mid game and the entire team's coordination during mid game was just so awful that you just can't can't ignore it.
I could be biased here, but if 100 Thieves even had a mediocre mid game, there's a very strong possibility they could have went 2-0 this week.
Oh yeah, well even think of like a team like Golden Guardians. Golden Guardians has clearly the best early game in the entire league, and yet they're still only like 5-5 or whatever they are. They're not 5-5. They're some
like
numbers.
Even number.
Yeah, they're relatively even. They're relatively middle of the pack. But they would be a way better team if they fixed up their mid and late game. And then if you look at a team like Team Liquid, who's only starting to now really start to fix up their early game, Team Liquid is still they're tied for first place right now, only from just having a strong mid to late game.
Which
and
I
just
think a
knowing
lot
what to
of
do.
people kind of C9 was so far ahead, but like I really haven't seen that many people talking about how they're tied now.
Yeah.
Like yes, they just lost 2 games back to back, and they were, like we said earlier, experimental games, but Team Liquid's right behind them, and I feel like we haven't been hearing the Team Liquid's so good. Team Liquid, like, there's been like the talks about like who's second, but like Team Liquid's tied with
for
them
first now. Yeah, so Team Liquid is undisputed the second best team in the league now.
Yeah,
and if they win, now they Cloud9 and Team Liquid both went 1-1 against each other, and now you have a real argument on who's the best team in the league,
which is interesting.
Which is what you want, people.
It's a lot better than first or the spring split.
I understand I might be like a little bit biased, but you want as many top teams as possible.
You do.
It makes the league, like, it generates competition in the league. It generates so many different possibilities. So you want Team Liquid to beat Cloud9, or you want it to be a really close game, even if you are a fan of Cloud9. You want the league itself to be as good as possible, and as many good teams, in that top 5, you want them. Like, you want almost every playoff game to go close. You want them to have a race for first place, and like it's cool to be like, oh look, Cloud9 went 18-0.
Like,
but
if you really want the best LCS, you want every team to go even. Every single team will finish the season at 9-9. That would be the best LCS.
You're not wrong.
It would never happen.
No,
and it's not possible, but like that's the dream. You want every team to be so close that there's no, like, when the analysts do their guests or when we do our guests every week,
they have no idea.
It should be totally split and anyone could win.
Yeah.
But
that would be the best team.
One-sided. It should be. But there's not enough talent, and there's a lot of it's not going to happen. But that's what you want. So the more talent you get, and the fact that C9 isn't absolutely blowing, well, they are blowing a lot of people out, but there's competition close to them.
Now suddenly there's a thought in the back of your head that's going, well, is C9 really the best team in the league? What about Team Liquid? What about, like, I think we're going to have some of the best playoffs that
especially
we've
with the
ever
new playoff
seen.
format.
Oh my god, double elimination. Oh my god, it's going to be so nice.
We might have to do a live show for the beginning of playoffs.
We should. I would hope so.
We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah.
We might be able to do that.
Because I cannot wait. It's going to be such an incredible playoff run, I hope, unless there's it's just going to be 3-0. That'd be disappointed.
We come back to this, we clip this.
Yeah, I'd be incredibly disappointed and my day will be ruined, but
I think it's possible.
Currently, this is one of the most entertaining seasons of LCS we've had so far because of all the roster changes and mix-ups and stuff like that. And then if we get an insane playoff bracket too and an insane playoff runs, oh my god. Like, I hope like an Immortals for some reason comes out of nowhere and just wins. Like,
I hope, you know what I also hope? We're talking about top teams, but I hope it's not like the 2 bottom teams are like, well, we've known they're not making it. I hope it's down to the last 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's like 5 teams have a chance of not making playoffs. Like, that's going to make it interesting. Because it's not all about the top. It's also about the bottom.
It's about the bottom too, guys.
It is.
We want some attention too, please. Over you hear Dignitas being, please, we changed up our roster again. We made it worse by switching Viper out for lower low.
But you know what's good though? Is that when we have these teams fighting for the bottom, they're not fighting to not be relegated.
Yes. Now, and which has allowed all of these teams to finally after through 2 years of, this is our 3rd year of franchising. Yep. Like, so 2.5 years of franchising.
We've seen it a little bit before.
A little bit. But we're finally getting what franchising was promising us this entire time.
1 week contracts.
Not.
That's what they've been promising.
No, just like mixing things up, changing different things, roster moves, allowing more North American talent to play than ever before. Yeah. Like, this is what franchising was created for. This was one of the main like things when people were like, "Oh, why should we go into franchising?" This was one of the main arguments. So
100%.
From, for the first 2 years, not seeing that was an incredibly disappointing thing for a lot of people and a lot of fans.
Because you didn't have the thing that relegation did bring is that there were teams that they didn't deserve it. So you would just remove all those players and they could find another home.
Yeah.
And you would get other players in. But what happened when we started franchising was that you wouldn't get, when a team lost, those players wouldn't be removed from the league unless they got signed again.
Yeah.
If the team wanted to, they would just keep them again. And that kind of created this really weird position where players had more stability, which was good, and teams didn't get relegated. But now you have people that don't deserve and should have been out of the league like a few years ago still in the league. So now that teams are finally like, hey, we can just get rid of these players.
Yeah.
And bring in new talent and see what happens because they might be good.
And there's no risk. There's
exactly.
no risk, but there's now very little risk.
Like, our new talent used to come from those new teams getting into the LCS, and you'd be like, oh, here's 5 new players.
Yeah.
Are they good?
Probably not. But
exactly, but it's an opportunity to show themselves, and you get a few, and they get signed to bigger teams and stuff like this. But
now that we're finally starting, and now you're starting to see teams finally build up their farm systems too, which is another thing from franchising. The only team that was kind of doing a farm system back then before franchising was Cloud9, right? But no one else was really doing any type of farm system.
Yeah.
And now we're finally starting to see not just an academy farm system, but even with 100 Thieves, with 100 Next, and you're going to start to see true farm systems and the ability to bring up that younger talent that you have pretty much raised and grew since they were a little baby seed. And now you're finally getting what franchising was finally just promising us.
100%.
And it's making the LCS have its most exciting split in a very long time, which is just so great.
And I'll have to say, we also predicted this. Like 2 weeks ago, we talked about amateur teams, and look what's happened right now. No new amateur teams, but we're getting different roster swaps.
So many different players from academy teams, or even like 100 Thieves Next. Now, how many players are on their academy team or have gone through it from Next? Like 3?
Like at least, no, because they just promoted, I think 4.
So 4. So they just were like, yeah, screw our entire academy team. We found new young A talent, and we're going to start raising them.
And the thing is that when you have to think about this promotion, that means that those 4 people from Next last split are on academy or whatever.
Yeah.
That's 4 new Next positions that have been filled.
Just opened up. Yeah.
And then, like, it's just a full rotation. Like, I think the 3 tiers, like having obviously your main LCS roster, then having your academy roster, but having that other tier that's not sanctioned by the LCS, that's kind of just like there for you to grab whatever you want, high schoolers, whatever, and you have a lot more freedom. That is really helpful, and I can't wait to see other teams pick it up because they're going to.
Also, when you see money going into these like amateur leagues,
it's nice.
It's great because now you're going to start seeing more players in general join those amateur teams.
Do you think sports would be like mainstream sports like football, baseball, hockey would be successful without
without such a immense farming system?
Kids start playing when they are little kids and they're playing in house league and stuff like this.
League, then AA, then AAA, but that's just for hockey.
And this is stuff that the teams don't sponsor themselves, but they rely on it.
Yeah.
Because if these other systems didn't exist, they wouldn't get players. And that's the issue that esports has always had, is there wasn't a really good farm system. So the more that we build up the farm system all the way down to these smaller things, and it will start with higher up teams putting money into it, but then other teams that aren't in the LCS might also jump into that and help out. Like, and there's other things just building up, and it's all just working together to really improve esports as a whole, not just the LCS.
And the only reason that we even have a chance at doing any of this is because of franchising.
100%.
If franchising didn't exist, and you could lose all your money by being relegated or something like that, then teams are not even going to be thinking about, like, they barely thought about building a second, like, farm system, like Academy, let alone building a third one, and then so on and so on, when, you know, eventually these farm systems become more and more people are playing League of Legends, hopefully, and you begin to just create an environment, like a younger playing environment for people that's like traditional sports.
Yeah, that's what we need in esports.
You need, like, the house leagues for League of Legends, you know?
Yeah. We've always talked about, like, what if you were to, like, we made, like, a local thing to, like, get people to play. Because, like, I love competition. When I play, like, a multiplayer game, I usually don't play for the fun. No. I play for the competition. I used to play Call of Duty, rank play. Rank play's not in the game. I don't play the game.
And
that's what
why
I love.
We don't play Call of Duty anymore.
Like, if there was, you have ranked in League, I like it. But, like, if there was a thing where I had the same 5 people all the time playing against other teams, like, if I could just join, like, a local league,
especially
I would
when you're
100% join it.
And then suddenly you're not up against, like, crazy competition either. You know, you can enjoy yourself,
and you
more.
know who you're playing. You can have the whole thing of, like, we're playing these guys this week. Let's do some research. Like, who do they play? Like, I feel like it's just so fun, and I really hope. Obviously, we don't get that, but I hope, like, my kids have the chance.
Like, I'm like, hey, kid, ready? We're going for League of Legends practice. Oh,
like,
we're playing.
It's so cool.
You're practicing farming today, buddy.
Like, I don't know. That's super interesting to me.
Yeah.
But when we come back, we are going to be talking about our show match for next week. Woo. Or no, I think our game. I don't know. You're gonna see in the next
one
segment.
of the two. Yeah. The iPad says pause, so I pause. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, super energetic for the first 15 seconds and then super lazy for the rest of the show. But welcome back. We are back from our pause, and we are going straight into our game.
By the way, this pause, that's where we'd have a sponsor. So if you want to sponsor us, it'd be in that pause.
Yeah, wow.
Sponsor us.
And then, I mean, we could do a sponsor at the start of the show, too.
Yeah, wherever you want.
Show,
but that's one of your segments you can choose.
Yeah, wherever you want, whenever. Yeah. However, as long as you got the cash,
but it's game time, Eddie. Okay. We're currently, I believe, 2-1. You're up by 1 when it comes to the games, because you beat me in the 1v1.
Because I won the 1v1.
But I won the show match, so we're actually tied 2-2.
Okay, well, we won't be after this.
Okay,
so, Owen, you are going to guess from 2015 on. I'm going to give you players, okay? And you're going to guess how many teams those players have been on. Okay?
Yep.
Pretty simple. Pull Belter.
4.
Okay. X-Miffy.
4.
Okay. Golden Glue.
3.
Okay. Hooney.
What?
Hooney.
Hooney?
Yeah.
5.
So Owen went 0 for 4.
Oh God.
Okay. Yeah, that was pretty rough.
What are the numbers?
So Pole Belter, you guessed 3.
Yeah.
Pole Belter had 6.
More than I expected.
X-Miffy, you said 4.
Yeah.
X-Miffy's only been on 3 teams.
I almost said 3.
You almost said
I was
it.
like, I feel like there was maybe 2 teams before Team Liquid.
Technically, he's played on Immortals twice, but there's still 1 team. Golden Glue, you said 3 or 4?
I think 3 or 4.
He's been on 7 teams.
Oh, that's a lot. I almost threw it a high number, but I'm like, it's only been like 5 years.
Yeah.
That's 10 splits.
Yeah, well,
7 teams and
7 teams.
10 splits.
Yeah, 1 week contract. And then Hooney. So I counted LCK teams and everything. 6, and you said 4 or 3 or something like that.
All right, well, we're bringing it up a notch. Wait till next week.
Okay.
You're not gonna be ready for my quizzes. I'm going to ask you how many items have been bought by the Doublift in the last 3 years.
I wouldn't be surprised, you know.
I'm not doing the research for that.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, that I would be surprised because be like, you really put this much time and effort into just trying
just out
to
of a
figure
guess,
this
how
out.
many items do you think Doublelift has bought in the last 2 years?
Are we counting
all regular season, playoffs, MSI, and Worlds, and All Stars?
Fuck, and All Stars?
Yeah.
And is it like completed items or non-completed
Completed items. Okay. Like at the end of the game, not the end of the game, but like, you know what? No, wait. Yeah, completed items. And any leftover half-complete items count as an item.
Okay, so he's had over his career like 1,700 kills. Okay, so if you average that, so I'd say...
What do you think?
1,700 items.
So 1,700 items.
No.
Or 17,000
No, because that's only regular
items.
season. That's only regular season. So 2,200 items.
2,200 items.
Yes.
Well, if someone would like to do the research in the comments for us, because we ain't doing it.
No, I don't.
But that's our guess.
Okay,
so.
but we're on our show match now, ladies and gentlemen, and it's just, you know, I'm only gonna pick teams that are gonna get us views. Where I can, you know, we can make a separate segment that goes Team Liquid and Cloud9.
Didn't work last week.
Well, you know what? We're trying our best here.
We are trying.
So our show
Titling's hard.
Our show match this week is Team Liquid versus Cloud9.
Yes.
And for obvious reasons, first place versus first place.
Cloud9 has been a lot of the show matches, have they not?
2 of them. And
we've done 3.
No. They've been only once. It was against TSM.
Yeah,
and then
this is our third.
And then our second show match was Team Liquid versus Evil Geniuses.
Yeah.
And now it's Team Liquid and Cloud9, so they're tied.
They've both been in 2 of the 3.
Yes.
That's
well,
crazy.
they're at the top of the standings.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So,
they are the show. Yeah.
Yeah,
they're in the most popular teams.
Yeah, and it makes no sense if you're having the first place versus technically the first place team and not make it your show match. Yeah. So that's what the show match is today, ladies and gentlemen. And so how do you want to break it up? Do you want to start player predictions again?
I like the player prediction, and we guess the team
and
at
then
the end.
Guess
especially
the team.
this one. This one's gonna be close, I feel.
I believe so as well.
So we start on the top lane.
So Licorice versus Impact.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm going to give it... I haven't done my research. I find it more fun when we just kind of go off the top of our heads.
You use your own analytical mind
the
to
stats
figure it out.
the first week, it was fun because I won, but like...
You didn't win that. Like, it was pretty close considering.
So I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with
Impact. Okay. Then you know what? I'll go with Licorice.
Ooh.
I'll go with Licorice.
He's going to give it to Licorice. All right, so we're already split. We're one split. Move on to the jungle.
Jungler. So we got Blabber versus Broxa.
Yep.
And then I'm going to give it to Blabber.
You're going to go to Blabber.
Yes.
We've got 2 C9s so far.
Well, because Broxa this week was pretty much invisible in the jungler.
I feel like
if Team Liquid would have lost, if Team Liquid went 0-2 this week, I would have given Broxa the worst player of the week.
Wow. I feel like Broxa also this split has been pretty just average.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm also going to give it
to Blabber.
So
mid lane, then we got Jensen versus Niski.
Jensen.
That's how you're supposed to pronounce it.
It's not Jensen?
No, it's Jensen. That's how they pronounce their J's.
Yeah, well, I'm giving it to Niski. So.
I'm giving it to Jensen. That's why I pronounced it. I think Jensen's gonna pull it off, so I'm giving it to Jensen.
All right, so then we move on to our bot lane.
Our bot lane matchup. So we got Tactical and Core JJ versus Sven and Vulcan, and I'm gonna give it to Team Liquid.
See, I really like Core JJ. I really think he carries his bot lane. Obviously, Tactical's new, and Tactical's been doing really good. But I just think C9's gonna. Well, I'm just gonna go with here. I'm gonna give you the prediction of C9 winning the game, and I'm gonna give it to Sven with the bot lane.
I'm giving you my full game prediction. I am going with my biases and going Team Liquid
with 2 lanes on C9.
Yes, I believe they will win at 45-52. And they will be a 3K gold lead, 3.2K gold league. Okay. First Baron is gonna go to Cloud9. First Dragon's gonna go to Team Liquid. Then Team Liquid's gonna get Soul. And then they're gonna trade Soul for second Baron. Then Team Liquid.
So C9's gonna get second Baron.
Yes. Then Team Liquid.
And they're not gonna end. And they're not gonna win. Second Baron.
And Team Liquid's gonna get Elder and Baron in one fight, and then win the game.
Okay, so I think C9's going to win at 37-15.
Oh my fucking god.
I think it's going to be a little faster of a game. Not like a super fast game, but like sub 40 minutes.
Okay.
I think C9. No, I think Team Liquid gets the first 2 dragons, and then C9 sweeps the rest of them.
Okay.
Okay. And C9 also gets the first Baron. Almost ends on it. Can't. Ends on second Baron. No elders taken.
Got it.
Soul ends up going to C9, obviously, also.
Wow.
After Team Liquid takes the first 2 dragons.
Okay. So now we are officially, finally, pretty much fully split.
Yeah. Team Liquid, C9, please do not switch half your roster. Don't screw our show match over again.
Jack's watching AFK in the morning on Friday, and
Possibly.
he's like, you know what? Fuck these guys. You know, he's like, I hate. I like
goes back
Golden
to the
Glue.
7-man roster.
He somehow gets Golden Glue to sign another 1-week contract with him.
While being under contract with Evil Geniuses.
with Evil Geniuses still.
All right.
Yeah.
And, he could get Meteos and Sneaky.
Or no, what if he
puts Meteos?
Yeah, what if he just plays classic Cloud9?
This could work.
So no, it can't work.
They would lose.
But
it could work
really hard. They would get dumpstered on, like completely dumpstered.
It'd be interesting though.
No, it'd be like a sub 20-minute game.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting just to see it. He's just
to
like,
see?
yeah,
Just to see if they have a shot.
Classic.
Some of the old members aren't even ranked anymore.
I know. Well, they were talking about before the C9 TSM show match. How the one guy's like Diamond, and the only reason he's Diamond is because he played like one match and didn't play in like 3 years or something.
Yeah. It's gonna be relatively
possible.
Yeah.
But I really think that's it for this week. There wasn't that much news going on.
Other than Golden Glue being,
Yeah. And then Meteos officially got dropped from 100 Thieves.
Which wasn't very surprising.
Yeah, I kind of expected that. He kind of cleared up. I feel like he brought himself back from his pretty embarrassing tweet storm.
Yeah. I'd be fairly surprised if he signs with another team before going straight to Academy.
I don't think he goes back to 100 Thieves a third time, though.
No, definitely not. I don't think he ends up on an LCS team for the rest of his career.
You don't think so? I feel like I could see him going analyst.
I could definitely
he goes to the desk a lot.
I definitely could see him being an analyst. He has the talent for it 100%. And he's also had a great career. Like, it's okay to retire.
He's had a long career.
Like, it's okay to retire. Or
who's left that's, like, started... Did anyone left started before him? Was he, like, the last...
Yeah, Doublelift has been playing before Meteos.
Not that much longer, though.
A lot longer.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't start playing until Season 3, that Cloud9 roster.
That's not that much longer.
They started Season 1, so that's 2 years.
Yeah, but
that's 2 years of playing.
It goes over 10 years.
Yeah, it's only 10 years, so 2 years is like suddenly 20%. Like,
I guess, but
Yeah. So Doublelift
Doublelift
has been playing longer. Xmiffy has been playing longer.
But it's not a lot. Like,
it's not a lot of players.
Yeah, like especially jungle. There's Xmiffy, but like.
Xmiffy is the only jungler that has played as long
as... I think Meteos should have been done after the first time he left 100 Thieves. Since then, he hasn't really done anything.
No, yeah. I think he should have...
Like, that first split with 100 Thieves where they got first place in the season, they made it to finals, ended up losing to TL. But, like...
If he was really smart, he would try to arrange a content creator contract with 100 Thieves, and then do, like, the last split, and then try to get a spot on the analyst desk full time.
Yeah, I think he should.
Like,
It'd be funny. Imagine Prawley, but I think Meteos and Prawley might have issues. I feel like that's why he left.
They definitely have issues.
So I don't know if that would work unless he takes Prawley's spot on the analyst desk.
That'd be hilarious.
It would be.
But also, I feel like their dynamic would be funny.
It would be. They wouldn't be sitting beside each other.
Yeah, they would. There would be rules set where they'd be like, okay, guys, you can't just call each other fuckwads on air.
Yeah, I don't think they'd ever do that.
Yeah, but I don't know. He made him quit. He made him leave the team. So they're pretty.
I really hope we like finally find out exactly what happened that year with Cody being benched right before Worlds.
Breaking Thieves.
They have to have it on like.
Honestly, that sounds
video.
like a sick name too.
But I do think that 100 Thieves should, in like 5 years, when no one involved in that team has anything to do with League of Legends again, just release like the video of like what was happening.
They should just do it now. Team Liquid did, and then they won 4 championships.
This is true.
So there you go. So, but come on, either broken lockpick, shattered glass, screwed up heist. I don't know.
Screwed up heist.
Yeah, I don't know. Or what do you call like a bad job, like a job going bad?
Job going bad.
Job going bad. The documentary.
I don't know. They could come up with a pretty cool
disaster
name,
job.
Disaster job. I don't know.
Disaster job or disaster heist. Broken lockpick's pretty sick too.
Yeah.
I don't mind that one. Or
there could be some interesting things.
Yeah, I don't know. They might not even have filmed it all. They might have been like, okay, shut off the cameras.
I still think they should have called because they were asking for like names or suggestions for their compound. I was saying the hideout.
The Cash App hideout.
Well,
you have to call. Sponsored. Yeah, you would have to call the like, Cash App.
Still, like the hideout. Like they're the thieves. Like
what did they end up calling it?
Just the Cash App compound.
The Cash App hideout sounds way sick.
I know. I said it in the comments, but they didn't listen to me. But
well, after that ending, thank you very much for watching AFK in the morning. This is our 4th episode, I believe, so we're starting to go strong.
I think this is how far we went in season 1. Was 4 episodes.
So if we continue to go from here, we're only going better. Hopefully,
100%.
Hopefully by the time we hit season 2, we're gonna like style up the.
I hope it's live by then.
Oh my god!
I think we could do it live. It'd be a lot easier on us.
We're gonna do it live. I don't know if it'll be easier on us.
No, because we just have to have someone
switching
we'd have the cameras instead of me having.
We'd have to get
Edward. For me, it'd be easier, not you.
Yeah.
I have to edit all these damn shows.
Oh, this is true. Okay. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate all the love and support, even though there's none. Thank you very much. I love you. Goodbye.
Yeah, we love you.
Bye.
See you next week.